Hi everyone, this is Krista with Art Graphic Studio. If this is your first visit to my channel, then welcome. And if you've been here before, well, welcome back. And thank you for your support. Today I'm going to show you how to assemble my Peekaboo Circle easel card. So let's get started. If you have not already downloaded your SVG file, you can go to my Etsy shop by going to etsy.com and searching for Art Graphic Studio. Then scroll or search for the SVG you're looking for. If you are a Cricut Design Space user, you may be able to access my free designs. For more information, see my note at the end of this video. Sometimes, depending upon your system and or your software, you may have to resize your uploaded design before you can make it. While I'm demonstrating this in Cricut Design Space, the same principles apply no matter what software you're using. So to get started, you'll need to upload your design files. Now, typically in Cricut, this is going to be an SVG file. But there might be other files, PDFs or PNGs or JPEGs. So let's go to Upload, Upload Image, and Browse. Now we're going to go to where we know our files are. In this case, crafts and envelopes. Now today I'm going to show you on this 4.5 by 9.5 inch envelope. So I'll open that and open the SVG file. Now here's our file. So let's upload that. And here it is. Now let's just click on that. And you see this green border? That indicates that it's selected. So we want to add that to our canvas over on the lower right. Now here we have it. Let's make it a little smaller so we can see the whole thing. Now you can see it's all grouped. But before we ungroup it, we need to do one thing, and that is to resize it, or to see if we need to resize it. In this case, I said I wanted a 4.5 by 9.5 inch card. So I'm going to create a rectangle, unlock the edit, and change that to width of 9.5 and a height of 4.5. Oops, 9.5. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to move this size that I know to be the correct size into place. About there. And as you can see, that's pretty close. So I think I'm just going to use that. And I'm going to get rid of that because I don't need it now. But let's say, for example, our envelope or whatever our project was came in at a different size. So here's the size we wanted. But as we can see, it's way too small. So we want to do now is to adjust the size of the project. In this case, it's an envelope. So I'm just going to grab the corner and I'm going to expand it until I get it about where I think it ought to be. Now I've gotten it a little too big, so I'm going to reduce that. And there, that's about what we need for it to be. So we don't need our rectangle anymore. And here we are, ready to start designating our score lines. So now we know it's the right size. Let's go ahead and ungroup it. Now we want to change our score lines into score lines because they come in as cut lines. And in order to do that, click on the area that you know to be your score lines. And the way you know these will be score lines is because this box right here turns red. So we want to change basic cut to score. Now you can see that we have our score lines. Now all you have to do is select both your score lines and your design and attach them. Now you're ready to make it. And when it comes up, you can see that your score lines and your design is all on your cutting board. These are the components for the Peekaboo easel card. Now what you receive in your SVG file is a blank, and this is how I have decided to decorate mine as a Get Well card, just as an idea of how you might want to decorate yours. So let's get started. We'll start by assembling our pieces. Now we have on our decoration, we have several pieces. These extra pieces are just for strengthening, and so we will glue all of those together. Same thing with this. These are for strengthening, and we will glue all of those together. And this one is also for strengthening that. So let's do that, and I'll be right back. Next, we're going to want to put our flowers together. We've got score lines, so we're going to fold along the score lines. And then I'm going to give them a little bit of a roundness to them using my rolling tool. Then we're going to glue them together like this with a little circle on the inside. All right, we've got our flowers put together. Next, we're going to work on our base. And here's the base. And here is our inside panel for the base, and that's just going to be glued on. Now, as you can see, this front panel has score lines here and here. Now we have two decor panels, this one and this one, and they are going to be glued here and here. And we want to bring them right up to the score lines, but not overlapping the score lines. Now we're going to let those dry just a minute, and then we will be right back. Now these are the frames that will go on the front of the card like this. And the acetate will go in between these two. But because I'm using foil cardstock and it's so thin, I went ahead and cut a couple extra ones. I'm going to glue all of this together, put the acetate in, and then put that on the outside. So I'll do that, and I'll be right back. While that dries, I have provided you with this little panel, and if you want to use it, you can set it right in here, either over or under your design. I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm just going to leave this like it is. Now I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to spray glue around it, put my acetate in, and then spray glue around this and put it on top. And I'm going to let that dry. Now we're going to put our little sentiment on the acetate. And I think I will spray glue the back of that and just place it right on there. And then we're going to let that dry. All right, now we're ready to assemble our card. Now I cut these two as optional stoppers, but I think I've decided to use this one instead. So I'll put those away for another project. Now here is our acetate design, and what we'll be doing is we'll be gluing it right here, but we'll only be gluing from this fold to this fold. And we are going to let that dry. All right, let's see if you can see that. It'll sit like this, and this will be the stopper. So now all we have to do is put our stopper on and decorate with our flowers. So I think I'm going to do them like this, and then put a couple of little leaves underneath. Now this will go here, and I put dimensionals on it to lift it up. And that will be our stopper. And then you will fold it to mail, and you may need a pouch envelope or a little box envelope to keep from crushing the flowers. But that's all there is to it. Such a pretty little card and so easy to make. Thanks for watching, and if you find this video useful, don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and notification bell to stay informed about more exciting projects. I appreciate you watching my video, and I will see you next time. If you're a Cricut Design Space user, you can access some of my shared projects by opening Cricut Design Space, and on the home screen, in the search bar, type Art, Graphics, Studio, and press Enter. Then scroll down to Community Members and click on Art Graphics Studio. There you'll find all of my shared projects.